I was a teenager, I used to always spend the weekends up at my grandparents' ranch out in Tennessee. They had like 50 acres of land with horses, cows, and other animals, and that's also where I kept my dirt bikes. Anytime I would visit them, it was like a mini getaway from all the real-world problems back home. Well, I was there for the weekend, and the first day I got there, it was pouring rain non-stop. This really bummed me out because I couldn't go outside or anything. Unfortunately, it literally rained all day and even got worse at night. Like, the news was saying there were flash flood warnings and everything. Disappointed, I ended up just going to bed early instead and hoping the next day would be better. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night and something felt off? Like it's almost a sensation of dread or some kind of negative energy that just forces you awake? That's what happened to me. I woke up with this really twisted feeling in my stomach, like something bad was going to happen. I slept in my grandparents' spare bedroom upstairs and decided to go downstairs and get some water to calm my nerves. I go downstairs and it's still storming outside. Lightning was flashing and thunder was booming. I'm at the counter, getting a glass from the cabinet, and I just so happen to look out their kitchen window, which faces the backyard. Lightning flashes, and I see this tall white figure standing in the middle of the yard. I thought it was just my imagination, so I looked again. Lightning flashed, and it illuminated this white clown. He was standing in the storm, looking at me and waving. I noticed with each flash of lightning, he was getting closer and closer to the window. I ran upstairs to wake up my grandpa. He came down with me, but when we got back to the kitchen window, the clown was gone. The next morning, it's still storming, and I had come to find out that there were massive clown reportings in the area. Some even reported being robbed or threatened by them. Since then, I haven't woke up with that dreadful feeling in the middle of the night. If anyone wakes up feeling that way, please trust it and make sure everything's okay. Our bodies can usually detect when something bad is going to happen. Please, stay safe. This happened almost a year ago. I lived in a pretty safe area in the outskirts of Philadelphia. One weekend, we were having a crazy thunderstorm outside. I have a pit bull lab, and as a dog owner, we have to walk our dogs in the sunshine and the rain. And for additional context, I'm a single female who lives with her dog. My dog's name is Bella, and I was taking her out for her to do her business despite the downpouring rain. We have a small patch of woods and bushes near my house where she normally goes, and I walked her there. Even though I had my rain jacket on, I was still getting soaked. I was encouraging Bella to hurry up and do her business so we could get back inside, when she started growling and barking at the patch of woods that we were at. I tried to calm her down, but she was really pulling me and wouldn't stop barking. Just then, I saw the figure of a hooded man dart between the trees and bushes. Bella kept barking like crazy, and I had this feeling that we needed to get back to the house ASAP. We get back to the house safely, and I lock up. I get into the shower, and as I'm in there, I hear Bella start barking again. I felt very vulnerable in the shower and got out quickly and dried off. I threw on my bathrobe and see Bella at the front living room window barking. I look out into the storm and see that hooded man again, just standing there in my driveway. His head was bent low, so I couldn't see his face. I was terrified that this guy was now stalking me and knew where I lived. I double-checked my locks and went to my room. I barely got any sleep that night and slept with a knife under my pillow. The next morning, the storm had stopped and it was bright and sunny. I made my coffee and went to go take Bella out for her morning walk. As we walked out the front door, I stepped on something. I looked down and saw that it was a big bag of dog treats wrapped in a red bow. I threw them away, but knew they had to be from that guy in the hood stalking me. but nothing ever happened after that. I walk Bella 3 times a day, and I haven't seen that man anywhere. I don't know what his deal was or why he was stalking me in the first place. I hope I never see him again. So this was hands down the most terrifying experience of my life. A few years ago, I moved into a twin home out in Montana. For context, I was a single female living alone. I was upstairs in my bedroom, doing some online work and watching some Netflix show. It was storming outside, but I find I can work better because thunderstorms relax me. I'm on my laptop when I hear this tapping noise on my window. I get up to check it. I can't see much outside because it was late and the rain was heavy, but I figured the tapping was just the rain or some branch knocking on it. I get back to my laptop and I'm continuing my show when I heard my front door from downstairs open up. It's a very creaky door, and I heard it slowly opening and the storm coming into my house. Very concerned at this point because I locked my front door. I start to head downstairs and see what's going on. I'm halfway down the steps. I see my front door is wide open and the rain is getting everywhere. I take another step and stop. All my lights were turned off downstairs, but I see this man in my living room. I held my breath, praying that he didn't see or hear me. I see he's moving around in my living room, like he's looking for something. I slowly make my way back upstairs. I get back to my room, shut the door and lock it. I then move my dresser in front of it, which made a very loud noise. I pulled out my phone and started dialing 911. As I was calling, I heard footsteps coming up the stairs. Then I heard him stop right in front of my door. The knob started jiggling and whoever was behind it tried to get in. Then there was a loud thud. He was trying to push down the door with his shoulder. I was crying to the operator that they need to get here now. I think I'm going to die. I then heard the footsteps walk away and head back downstairs. Even in the storm, an officer was able to get there pretty quickly. But when he got there, I was all alone and the intruder was gone. However, I did have stuff stolen. If I didn't push the dresser in front of the door, I'm pretty sure he would have broken in. I have no idea what he would have done if he did. The case is still open and no one has been caught.